because everyone has that awkward stage in middle school where like nothing really seems to fit, and you're just trying to find like the place where you fit and the mold you're supposed to fit into, but you don't know what the mold looks like and you don't know who you like or who you like yourself to be.
Honestly, it was like COVID wasn't even around at all because it was a very pleasant experience regardless.
Hi Lulu, hi Grace, welcome to Pinkvilla.
Hello.
You know what's interesting about your storyline is the fact that I wish all my questions could be answered, by taking a social media quiz. And just to understand my own sexuality, that's like a whole another ball game. So how did you guys, tap into such a quirky storyline which could be relatable for so many of us?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I heavily related to this, and I think a lot of people watching it will too, just because everyone has that awkward stage in middle school where like nothing really seems to fit, and you're just trying to find like the place where you fit and the mold you're supposed to fit into, but you don't know what the mold looks like and you don't know who you like or who you like yourself to be. So I like heavily relate to that, and I just like had to tap into my most awkward self, my most confused self, to really fully bring Katie to life.
For me, it was the fact that I would be creating a character that other girls could relate to, that they could look on screen and watch the story, and whether they've gone through that stage or they're going through it themselves, they could just find solace and a connection to the characters. So that's how I related to it, and that's how it was a very special character for me.
Speaking of solace, modern love back then and even now, it feels like a warm blanket, especially at the time of a pandemic. And you guys actually shot for it during the COVID period. So what was that like, under strict protocols? What was that shooting environment like for something that's supposed to be all about love?
Yeah, I mean, it was still a great experience, even with like all the restrictions and stuff, and we still found a way to like be as close together as possible, mentally and physically, even with those rules and stuff. But it was interesting. It felt strange at first. We all got used to it, and we all sort of found ways to connect despite that, but it was definitely a new experience.
Yeah, I think what Lulu said, it was very the filmmakers really just pulled through and made it work. And honestly, it was like COVID wasn't even around at all because it was a very pleasant experience regardless.
Besides your storyline, which I'm super excited to, watch unfold, is there another storyline from season 2 that you guys are excited to see?
The one that like really catches my eye is the one about the train. That one I'm very excited to see. I haven't like read any of the other scripts or anything, so I don't know like the full extent of the story, but that one seems very captivating.
The one with the train, and I'm excited to see that one.
Yeah.
And my final question for the two of you is, when you talk about modern love, there's an instant smile on your face. Like you just say the word and there's happiness all around. So what do you think it is about the show, since you've acted in the second season? What is it about the show that resonated with so many people across the globe?
I think, like you said, it's just that warm blanket feeling, even before COVID, but now, especially at this time, it's just something comforting that you can really wrap yourself in and also relate to. And, I think modern love is really about like different kinds of connections, not just love relationships, but friendships and mentors. And I think that that's just something that everybody wants to watch.
It's very special because it covers all different kinds of love in all different forms, whether it's traditional or unorthodox, it covers every kind of person, every size, shape, color, that the whole world can watch and they can resonate with it.
Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to fall in love with modern love all over again.
Thank you.
Bye.